Hey guys, thanks for joining this tutorial. I'm going to be unboxing the October Magical Mystery Bead Box, and I'm going to be making some jewelry on the fly. You'll notice I have no earrings. We're about to fix that. I'm going to have some bracelets. I think I want to make a necklace too. Um, so let's open up this box and get to designing together. So let's go ahead and unbox this month's Magical Mystery Bead Box. The theme is Ancient Egypt for October 2025, and it looks really cool, right? Let's get a look at all these beautiful items inside. Oh, wow. So always what jumps out at me are the gorgeous strands. I'll get all these out of the plastic for you guys here in just a second. I just want to show you the box experience as it is, just opening it, right? Oh, wow. See a lot of really lovely beads in there. We'll get all these open. Oh, I love those. I love the little sunstone. I can see a lot of ideas already. I like when I first open a box and the ideas start to roll. I wish I could somehow like show the inside of my brain as the thing starts scrolling. It's kind of like a text chat where it just starts going faster and faster. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay. We're going to be doing some earrings with brick stitch. That's going to happen. And with this one, you know what? The shape of this, the first thought I had was a phoenix because of the way the wings come up. So maybe I just need to do its tail in kind of like a feather pattern. And oh wow, what a neat chain. Look at that. Let me get this all out of the plastic for you guys to really be able to see it. But oh, how cool is that? All right. And then there's something else hiding in here. Oh, cute. Oh my goodness. Hey, check this out. Tiger's eye scarab. Oh, that is timeless. I love that. Oh, an Eye of Horus charms too. How cool. All right, let's start designing. Let me get these out of the plastic and show you a little bit better view. So here are the ready to go strands, and I always struggle with taking them apart. I think they're so pretty, so I don't like to break them up, but I have some ideas, especially for this one, that would involve using some of the elements in different ways. So I'm going to be breaking up the strand, so I definitely want to show it to you before I take it apart because it is so pretty. The chain, you guys, this is a very unique chain, and the color is cool. It's got a almost white bronze Hamilton gold happening there. So that is really cool and fun. These are a wonderful staple. Very cool, sparkly. And then how cool are these with the lotus flowers? That is neat. And I will probably be I already have two ideas for the little beads in there. So yeah, those are going to be integrated in a different way. I think. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I think definitely want to keep these as they are, but I'm going to have to cut them up. Sometimes I just want to wear them like as they're, as they're displayed. So what I could do is I could preserve some of the elements. Yes, I think I know. Sorry, my brain is going like 100 miles an hour. That's kind of what like I rarely do unboxings because I get really like excited and I start to babble. Let's bring over. I already opened this one, but we'll bring it over anyway, and then let's unbag these cuties so we can just get a closer look. All right, there's those. And these are going to be fun. What a unique shape. They remind me of those fans. That's cool. And these are seed beads. We're in business, friends. You know when I get a seed bead? If I can do my stuff, I can do my things, right? And then I showed you this one already, but just this is the scarab and the Eye of Horus charms in there. Let's open this mix first and just get a quick look at what's in it. Oh, neat. Oh, these are smashing. I love these. Look at those. Little moon sparkly ones. I don't know if the sparkle's coming over or the gradient, but it has a very cool color. Let's just dump it. Oh, those are neat. Look at those. I especially love these. Look at these together. These are my jam. How cool are those? You get a lot of them too. Those are handy. Oh yeah, so you could always use bead cones. Bead cones are always handy. Aren't these cool? Check those out. How neat. Discs. Oh wow. So that is a really cool mix. Discs mix. All right, and then let's open this one. I see a lot of really, really beautiful beads in here. Wow, just jumping right out at me is this gorgeous, gorgeous sunstone. Wow, look at that. Okay. Hang on, what are these? A little chunk of something here. Oh my goodness, you guys, there's my feathers. Remember I was saying I needed a bird? I got my feathers. Oh, this is going to be cool. Okay, okay. You got it, you got it. Sometimes I'm nervous I won't have ideas, and then like that never happens. Oh, there's lots of them. Good. Okay, this does not limit me in any way. I can have so many of those. Oh, look at these little crystals. So I guess I have a strong draw for me as a seed beader and as a smaller kind of like designer. I tend to go for like a little bit smaller beads. These are going to be perfect. How many of these do I have? Let me count. And then, oh gosh, look at these. I love these. These are just cool. The coolest thing ever. And how cool are these? Look at those. Oh, you know what? I would combine these with these. I think that would be cool. Oh, did you guys think that's cool? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm going to clear my mat. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in on the Phoenix necklace. I've already named it. That's what I'm going to do first. Let's create that. All right, so I just did some planning, a little bit of pre-planning, and I counted that I have exactly the number I need for these. So one of each here. It's going to look very, very cool. And so I just want to do something special in the center. And you know what? Since I have so many of these, I was thinking these could be my wings. Okay, so here's our wings. There's one. I think I have enough of these. Yeah, I absolutely do have enough of these. 3. We could even go here with 4. So there's wing 1. Let's do a wing over here. There's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay. And now I just need to think for a second about the center. Let's see. Oh, that could be very cool. The only thing I'm thinking is if I do that, it might not hang, because these are all going to kind of, when you suspend it, they're going to flow downward. But gosh, that looks really cool, doesn't it? But let's think if it, I want to give it some length because this is going to be the tail of the bird. In fact, we could add a little length here to start to bring it down because I'm seeing like wings and then the tail. What would be a really pretty color? A little thinner bead. This one's going to be a little too big. Let's go back to one of these. Right, hang on. That one goes over here. Sorry, I'm keeping my mixes sorted. We could put that up here, but that's too much turquoise all in one place. Oh, I love these beads. How about this one? How about this one? Do that. Not going to make it come down. Oh, actually, let's do, hang on. I wonder if that would work. I might need to play with it, but then I definitely more feathers at the bottom. I wonder if I can get it to go like that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start to put things together. I know I need some head pins. Let's get some head pins. All right, so I grabbed a bunch of eye pins. Sorry, I think I said head pins earlier, but it's eye pins that I need. And let's start simple. We know for sure we want these to be as they are. I mean, I think I do anyway. Let me get some chain nose pliers. Chain nose, where are you? Here we go. And I'm going to start just by opening the bottom loop. I have a feeling this is going to be a really long video. I'm going to edit a lot. Oh, apologies in advance, guys. All right, I'm going to put this one on the bottom loop here. I feel like this was planned, like, by the designers of this box, that you were going to get this and like instantly do this with these. because it was the natural idea, right? The second I saw them. Let's just get a little inkling of how that's going to be cute. Okay. Let's do one we can open and close in case I change my mind. Okay, so let's do simple loops for that reason, to give us options. As we design, we won't be able to take them apart if I do wrap loops. So we're just going to bend that over like that. And I'm going to trim this part here to about 1/4 inch. And let me show you a little trick that I like to do for wrapped loops, or sorry, simple loops. So there's our 1/4 inch right about there, right? Save this. 2 reasons to save it. We'll use it to measure to get the same loop size for all the other ones. And then another bonus of that is I think this is going to be long enough to do some beading chain work with simple loops as well. So there's our 1/4 inch trim there. And we will just fold that away from ourselves, roll it forward. Okay. And one thing I would mention, size of these loops, I'm going to test this really quick just to make sure my loop is the right size. And let me straighten out the loop. Another thing to make sure is, in this case, we're going to want these to be perfectly in plane with each other this way, because we want it to hang with the little feather facing forward. So here's a quick test. I need to make sure that the loop's big enough to fit onto the finding. I'm sure it'll work. Let's just see. Better to check now, right? Yeah, okay, we're good. We're in business, guys. Check it out. Just make your loops a little rounder than you maybe typically would. And how do we feel about that? That's pretty good. Okay, I like that one. Let me go ahead and make a few more, and we'll see what we're feeling. There we go. Okay, so here our phoenix is rising. Check it out. This is pretty cute. It could be an ibis too. Just trying to think out what kind of bird I'd like it to be. All right. So let's figure out the center. This basically worked out. So all I did there was I just made a bunch more of those, exactly like I showed you, and I just connected them. And so when you're wearing them, they're going to hang down a little like this. And when you photograph it, you can fan it out like wings and it'll just look really cool. Okay, so let's figure out the center. We are going to need to give it some length here. And I'm noticing that these are really connected in a way that's like, I think I'm going to save this for another design and maybe grab just another one of those white ones. And then I thought about putting 2, but I don't know how I'm going to make them fans. So maybe we just do 1. We'll keep it simple and just go. That'll look cool too. All right. So let's do this first. Let's go with this little base here. So same as before, we're just going to put a little feather on there. Okay. And then let's string this one on first. And see what these look like. That could work, but then, oh, I have my seed beads here. I knew I was going to use these. See, I was way ahead of myself. Let's put these on. 1, 2. Let's see. For symmetry, I think I'm just going to put maybe just 1 more on the top. Yeah, okay. Let's do another wrap loop. Or sorry, I keep calling them wrap loops. Let's do simple loops in case we make changes. We might change our mind. So what I usually do is I'll just kind of align, pay attention to that loop there, right? The one at the bottom, and maybe make it perpendicular to yourself. And then at the very tip of your pliers, I use a very fine point round nose. I'm just going to bend that forward away from me. So you see it's still in plane with the looping on here. And now I've got that. And I've been using, oh, that's not going to work because this is a different length. I've been using this one as my measuring stick for all of those, but that's not going to work here. So let's just trim it to 1/4 inch. Eyeball it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be the only one that's a little different. And we'll roll it forward. Okay. We've ended up being a little bigger, but that might actually suit me really well for what I want to do. Let's make sure I didn't spin it at all. So usually what I do before I go any further is just take the bent nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and just align them like that. And my goal being that it will sit like this. Let's see. So like that. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's put that on there. Open up the loop. Bring our finding over. Close our loop. It's okay to go slow and get it the way you like it. Oh, cool. Okay. Check it out. I like it. This is going to work. This is going to work. Let's figure out a really cool chain. So I'd like to put a chain on it that uses a lot of these extra beads. So take your leftovers from when you were working with your eye pins. I've got a little stack of them over here. Just take these and let's make a quick simple loop design. Now I'm going to switch pliers really quick. If I'm going to make simple loops with loops on both sides, I kind of like to use a bail former. This is just a preference, not a requirement. It's what I like to do. And I'll start with the side that I didn't cut. This is the side I cut when I was making my pretties here. We'll roll this forward until it makes a P shape. Make sure it's closed on that side so the wire's touching here. That shows. The focus isn't great there, but and then just rotate your plier like that. And then what we're going to do is just bend it a little bit. Close it a little more there. So you get a little central loop like that. So there's our loop. It's going to flatten here. Okay, so there's one side. Let's choose a pretty bead. I know for certain I want to use these beads right here. Let me grab the mix over. Absolutely want to use these. They're so pretty. So like that. Same thing as before, I'm going to put them perpendicular to myself and then just bend the end forward. Take a look here. You want to trim it to 1/4 inch. Trim the flush side of your plier. About 1/4 inch there. And then again, I'm going to bring over my bail formers. I'm working with the smallest step on my bail former. Trying to keep that aligned and roll that forward. Okay. And then you can straighten them out if needed, and you can close your loops. So make yourself a bunch of these, and then you can link them together in a chain, and we'll just go ahead and start to design. So I'm just going to make this so easy and so beautiful and just, almost like a stream of consciousness. I'm just going to start creating whatever I feel is pretty, and then I'm just going to arrange them, right? Then I'll link them together. And then I'll probably use some of our beautiful chain here to make up the rest of the. All right, so here's what I've got so far. I decided to add some of the beautiful chain here to give it some length. And my measurement I'm going for is about 9 inches. So I basically made a chain pattern and just linked those together in a way that I thought was pretty. And then I added enough chain here to give me 9 inches on that side. So I'm going to go ahead and link that. And then I need to make a matching side to the chain. Actually, let me make the matching side first, and then we'll link it together. All right, so here's how far I've gotten. What I did is I created one side. Again, this totally measures 9 inches here. Same thing here. I just matched it. And I like to create it like this so that I have, I can lay them side by side. And then what you're seeing up here is I already knew I was going to need a little bit of like an extender type of chain for a lobster claw. So I grabbed this part from my stash and I created a dangle with seed beads and one of the beautiful beads from my mix at the end of the chain. And this is just some regular large cable chain and a lobster claw that I added so that I can easily clasp. And I think this can even clasp to this chain itself too. So you can always just skip this part and just use more of that chain. But I was getting really artistic. I feel really inspired by this. And I happen to have some other, like chain link. I love it when there's two different kinds, so that's just what I was doing. So now I know the back of my necklace. I've got that figured out. And all I got to do is the fun part is link it to the front. And so let's make sure my clasp right hand side. And I'm just going to bring this loop over here. And we'll connect it here. And this is how I was doing the connection throughout. It's just open those chain links and then close them. It's kind of a tedious process, but it's also really joyful because you can get really creative and use all the beads like all together in ways that look so beautiful. So just go ahead and gently close those loops. I left this one open because I knew I was going to be linking it. There we go. How's that looking? Whoop. Okay. There we go. So I'll hold this up to the camera, but just for now, I just want to show you how it looks just on the mat. It's really pretty. If you kind of just like suspend it on one side and just pull, it really does look like a phoenix bird, doesn't it? Here's your beautiful chain. So there's my phoenix rising necklace. I'm just going to put this on and wear it. It's so cute. But we have so many beads left. Let's pick a few more things. I need some earrings, and then I'm thinking stacker bracelet. So let's cover the whole like beading experience. We just did some wire. I'm a little wired out after making all that chain. Let's do some bead weaving. I want to use these. So let's do some stitching on them. I grabbed some lapis thread. I have some size D KO thread here that I'm going to be using to do some bead weaving. And it's going to be really nice next to these lapis colors. I'm going to be bringing some of the blue in here, but let's start just with the gold. Let's put a base on the finding. So I'm going to grab some of these beads here. Probably more than I need. And just looking at this, I'm seeing, so the spacing on this is really close. This is a really generous finding. It has a lot of little spots for stuff. We may not need to use every hole. Let's just figure it out as we go together. All right, so I'm going to string my tail, and I just cut like a little under a wingspan for beading thread. I always just kind of go with a comfortable length when I don't know what I'm doing yet. Here's a double knot, leaving a tiny tail, about 4 or 5 inch tail. It's probably like 4 inches or so. Doesn't need to be much, just eyeball it. And let's string on one of the beads, one of the seed beads here, and just bring that tail through the seed bead. I might need to trim that end. It's a little frayed. And we'll just feed that through here. Pull the tail and the working thread away from each other, and it'll put the finding on the edge here. Or the bead on the edge of the finding, sorry. Words, Danielle. There we go. So that's pretty cute, right? Let's stitch some more. Let's put the next bead on the needle, and then bring your thread or your needle through the next hole in the finding, and you'll get this. Bring your needle up through that bead. Okay, let's see what's going on here. And I might just think about it for a sec. Okay, so you notice how this bead is kind of covering up the next hole? If I try to put the needle through that next hole, it's going to make the beads kind of crumple together. Like you'll have a little zigzag going this way, right? So I'm going to skip a hole. I'm going to pick up another bead, skip one, go through the next one. And then just take a look and see, do the beads sit next to each other nicely in a nice line? Yeah, they do. Looks good. Let's just do this together for the row. It won't take that long. This next one can go in the next hole. I have a feeling it's going to be put one for one and then skip one for one and then skip one. So here we are. Look at that. Definitely want to skip the next one and go into the one after that. So we're going to end up having like 2 and 2 and then skip, right? So right next to each other, skipped that one. Next to each other, skipped that one. This one is going to go. The next one. Okay. Yeah, so keep going like that to the other side. Hey guys, I just took apart some of this, so I figured out the spacing needs to be a little different in the center. So I did, here's 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 2. And then I'm going to put one more bead without skipping one. So it's going to go 1 and 2, and then here's 3. Because for some reason, just here in the center, it looked better if I added an extra. So you're going to have it like that, kind of, if that makes any sense. I think this is kind of like up to you as well. Like if you, now I'm going to skip 1, see. So I did 3 in a row, kind of toward the middle. Just the spacing looked better that way, but I don't think it's rocket science. Like it can be okay if you just had the spacing slightly spread or slightly closer. I think it's okay. I'm just trying to do it so that I have the same number of beads on each side, if that makes any sense. So I gave it a kind of a center point, sort of ish, kind of. It's more like there's 2 beads in the center if you kind of look at it, but that's really our center bead. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I gotta be honest, but I just want to see what it looks like. And if this doesn't work out, I'll just edit this out. But if it does, I've got the footage of me creating it. So that's kind of the goal. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 1 spot left. And this kind of sticks up from the side. So let's do 1 more. And 13. Does that look even to you guys? I feel like it does. Do we feel good about that? Let's carry on with designing and see. We can always take it apart. So, this is how we get there. We just try stuff, try random things, and see what happens. Especially with bead weaving, you just pull the work out and start over if you don't like it. But so far, so good. All right, let me cut up a strand. Oh, no. I want to use some of these guys. They're going to be pretty. And I'm going to need at least 4 of one and 2 of the other if I do kind of like a centered design. Just to give me what I need of all the beads, I'm going to go ahead and... sadness. I love them. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to just keep this one on the strand so it preserves the order of it in case I want to replicate that. I think when I do my stringing, I'm going to copy some of this when I do my bracelets. Okay, let's think for a second. Height of these beads and height of these beads. Let's start with the red one. How tall is it? And when I say tall, I mean how tall is it in seed beads from the bottom to the hole? Is about, we're going to need to go with 2. So let's go with 2 of these. Right? Here's 2. Do we need 2 or 1? 1 might be enough, actually. I'm thinking, let's see what it looks like. Let's try 1. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to be doing some brick stitch. That's kind of a loop. So you do 1 seed bead, 1 red bead, and 1 seed bead. And string it down. And then what you'll want to do is you'll want to, let's see, are we going to do brick stitch from here? Yeah, let's do a brick stitch. So you want to skip the next thread bridge. So when you create this row, you'll have these little threads going across like that. We're going to skip this one and go into the next one or even the third one. Let's see what the next one looks like. I'm gonna pause for a second. Yeah, I think this is going to work. I just kind of tried it and it seemed like it was working. So let's see. Yeah, yeah, that's going to work. And we're going to go back through and tighten all this up because it's a little loose. But don't worry, we're just getting the idea for it right now. Pull that through. Okay. So there's the first one. Let's put on another one just like that. So I'm going to grab this one here. We'll go seed bead. Oh, no, actually, we don't need a seed bead because we've already got this one. So let's go straight to the red one and then a seed bead at the end of that. Skip a thread bridge and go under the next. Pull that through. And then we'll head up through the bead. Okay, check it out. That's working. That looks good, right? We'll reinforce all this. Don't worry. I know it's kind of loose looking. I want to switch now to a lapis. We need lapis on here. Let's find one of these that's a little thin. How about this one? Let's string it. Seed bead. Same thing. We're just going to skip the next thread bridge and go to the one after that. Okay. And I know everything's just going to be all wobbly, but don't sweat it. Get that all fixed to the end. We're going to just go back through every bead, right? Can you see it coming together? I have something pictured in my head. I don't know how to describe it. I wanted to have a dangle at the center, so I'm going to make this the center. Let's look at where we are. I usually just take my needle from where the ear wire is going to be, and oh, because I have a center point here, check it out. So I'm going to have a center point of 2 beads. That's okay. That's okay. All right. We're good. We're going to put on another. Because we had 13 beads in row 1. So my center point for row 2 is going to have 2 beads for a center. Actually, that actually gives us some possibilities. I'll show you. I have a vision now. Okay, I think we're there. Let's go with this one. Pick kind of a thin one with those lapises. And we're just going to now match what we did over here on this side. Keep your tail out of the way. I'm going to skip and go to the next. Make sure that stacks up really nicely. Looks good. Okay. Red bead, seed bead, skip a thread bridge, go to the next. And then you just come up through that seed bead, right? And there's a little tangle there, sorry. All right, how's that looking? Do I need space? Always, sometimes we need to adjust spacing on these. How's that? Yeah, seems okay. I might need to skip the seed bead on that one differently. It's okay to be a perfectionist with stuff like this. It doesn't hurt anything. So let's just go to this one. It's going to make the last one a little tight, but I think we're okay. One more red, one more seed bead, and then we'll go in here. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, so I'm going to back out of this thread bridge. Do you remember when we started on the other side, we were exiting from this bead? Let's go down through this bead. That will make everything really super symmetrical. See, because we weren't thread bridging on that side. That's why my spacing wasn't working. I figured it out. Okay. There we go. Just play with it. You will get it centered. It will look cool. Go through the finding. Back up through the bead. Tail out of the way there. And I'm going to go through and retrace my thread path. Let me show you what I mean by that. Go through the beads. This is going to make everything stronger. Through the finding. Back up through the bead. And you can do this either with the thread bridge or with the entire, apparatus of the finding. Either way is just great. It's going to look really nice no matter which way you do it. Seed bead. Okay. All right, so for this one, I did go just through the bead. I'm at the center. I'm going to go under the thread bridge that's under this bead, and then up through the seed bead. This is going to put me exiting from that seed bead. Now we get to have some fun. Let's do something creative. I'm going to start with, I really want to use this beautifulness. It caught my eye. It looks so cool. So what I'm going to do is string a seed bead, this gorgeous bead. Is it a jasper? I don't know. It's very pretty. Oh, hang on. No, wait. I want to put on the bead cap first. There we go. This bead here. One more seed bead. And then let's just look at it. Let's see how we feel about it. Might have to help your cap get up there. That's cute. Okay, so this is going to be shorter, and then I'm going to put a longer one over here of something. I don't know what yet. We're going to play. Let's see. Through the bead cap, through the bead, bead cap, through the bead. Okay, that puts me going right through this way. There we go. Okay. Turn, head through the adjacent seed bead here. And now let's string a distance that will take us below. So I think this is actually going to require quite a few beads. Let's think about it. Let's just start stringing and see. There's 7 beads. Let's see if that's enough. That might be enough. 7 beads. Yeah, and then let's figure out the bead we want to use for the bottom. I want to use another one of those because that's going to look cute. So let's put this on, and then let's just pick a round bead. A round bead that's a little bit like that one. Oh, okay. Ta-da! Let's do one of those. And then another seed bead. Okay. Oh, guys, look at that. Landed it. That's cute. All right. There we go. Sorry, I think there's noise outside my window now that the leaf blowers are starting. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Do you like it? I think I like it. I'm going to keep this. What I want to do now is I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to reinforce this side. Oh, wait. No, we came from this side, remember? Because here's the tail. I need to reinforce this way. So let's go from here. If you just stick your needle kind of in between the 2 beads below like that, it will catch the thread bridge that runs under the bead you're exiting. And then when you flip it and you head right back up through that bead, you should, if you kind of like needle against the top wall of that bead, and you'll be able to pull it through, catching the thread bridge and giving you a change in direction that will let us head this way. From here, you know what to do. We're just going to go through beads and reinforce all of this over to here. So there it is. So I'm just weaving around. Usually what I do when I'm weaving in is I'll go through and go under some thread bridges, go through a few more beads, and you can do that up until where you feel like it's good, and then just go ahead and trim your thread. You can also like tie a 1/2 inch knot if you want to. I'm just going to push down and pull up with the thread. Here we already have a knot because remember we knotted it to the findings. You can just trim that tail. And there you go. So I'm going to make the pair and pop some ear wires on there. You guys, here we go. So, these take a minute to make. They're a little more advanced, but aren't they cute? What a cool way to use those seed beads on that finding. Very Nile feeling, very cool. They look like papyrus and just a really cool little design. So we have earrings now. We have a necklace now. Let's take all of our leftover beads and let's go stacker crazy. So here's the part of designing where I just get creative and just play and just have a ton of fun. I'm going to go ahead and use some beading wire. think gold would be great. I happen to just have some copper sitting next to me, so I'm going to be using some copper beading wire to just start going crazy with the design. Sometimes I'll use a design layout board, sometimes not, but I have so many great options with beads that I feel like I have what I need to really just create. So I have to use this, and I just want to see it right in the center of my wrist and just wear it around. So cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and destruct this strand here, and then use let's see. Okay, so I want him to be the star of the show, so I'm going to use these on a different design. They're a little bigger. I want little beads. I want beads that are a little bit smaller than him. Actually, I think I landed it right there. Look at that. Thank you. Let's save these for a second from now. We'll use those in another one. Oh, hey, look at how cute that is. Well, that's adorable. All right. Oh, I want to use these. Okay, hang on. This literally might just come together with me just laying it out. Let's look at those. I'm just bringing this mix over. Just see what happens. I'm going to use the seed beads as spacers. That's why I've got them out. Oh, these, I haven't used these yet, and I love these. I absolutely adore them. These are so pretty. Okay, so this is just going to be basic stringing, guys. It's going to be so easy. Let's see. Oh, let's grab some of these. Like, this one's just going to be like, use every beautiful bead in a way that looks gorgeous. How about those? Oh, yeah. Like that. So just take all the beads you have left and then just make something. I think that length might do it. I have to see it strung, but let's put it together and see. Ta-da! Okay, I had fun. So I just did some basic crimping. Sorry, I got carried away and I just started creating. But it's really easy. I just did a bunch of stringing on my beading wire. I spaced each of those beautiful beads with a seed bead. And then I just did a very simple 2x2 crimp, lobster claw. And on this side, I just have a jump ring. And it's like the perfect length. I did go ahead and use an assist from a design board just to get the size right. Let me show you what I used. It's next to me here. I've gotten into the habit of using these because they're really fun. And so it's a little hair over 7 inches, which is okay because I'm going to wear it as a stacker. I had my heart set on that configurations. I just didn't want to take any beads out. Okay, and so that's that one. Now let's do another one together. There's a design element that I'm really crushing on that is on this strand here. And I'm going to need to work over here because I think I want to use the red. Okay, so do you see this spot right here? I'm seeing that as a focal. And I think I want to bring those seed beads back out and do seed beads. And then we'll do some, let's see, do I have enough of these? I'm in love with these beads right here. These guys. Oop, I might have lost a bead there. Oh no. Oh good, I have one more. Okay, because I think what I want to do is have those go on that side. Let me play for a second and then just see how that goes together. All right, so I think I have a good vision for it. So I'm going to use this as kind of like my staging. This is just the strand that was on the actual like card. And I'm just going to kind of imagine maybe 3 seed beads in between each one. I don't know the count yet. We're going to play. But then I want some more of that turquoise color to come back. And I have them here. And then I did love the gold spacer. So let's do the gold spacers. Do I have enough? Yeah, good. I got those. So we'll do one of these on each side. And let's just see where that gets us. That might be enough length depending on the seed beads. I'm going to string it up and see. So I did it again. I went crazy and started playing. I have an error in this one, but I figured I want to show it to you anyway, just because I don't want to take it apart. It's so pretty. But I forgot the spacer here. Do you see it? So maybe I restring it for that, but I already did my crimps because I got excited, and I even put a dangle on it. I just started going a little crazy. I love making strung stackers, so I start getting a little bit hyper when I do. So here's what I have so far. Do you guys want to make one more? I have to use these. And there's another bead that I feel like needed to go with them. Was it over here? Let me find it. Hang on. Got a good pile going here. Okay, are there two of those? I feel like there was two of those. Oh, yes. Okay. Maybe we do something like that. What do you think of that? Would that be cute? And I want to use these. These are kind of big. Yeah. Oh, and okay. Let's do the design board. Okay, I'm going to set these apart for just a second. 1 second. Let's get that board out. 7.5. These are bigger beads. I might go make this be like the bigger one. So let's see what happens here. Or yeah, just so we can figure it out. All right, so I know I want that to be the focal. I need something to kind of space it a little bit. Let's grab, I still have a bunch of these left. Let's get a bunch of these and we'll make those go on the side of those. I think that's going to be cute. Okay, let me get those out. All right, so stick with me. This one is going to be the most interesting. Let's do these. Let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, because this one's going to be a little chunkier. I tend to just go a little too dainty with my designing, so this is going to be adventures for me. Oh, look at that. Cute, cute. I definitely want to go up to the medium beading wire on this one. I switched to fine. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you on the last one here. On this one, I did switch to fine just because I wanted to be flowy. But I used medium on the other two. This is going to be medium, sorry. And okay, what next? What next? We got the beautifuls there. Do I have more of the, let me see if I have enough. Oh, yes. Woohoo, check it out. I have enough to do that. So that has some good symmetry. Oh, I haven't used my disco balls yet. Oh yeah, okay. Let's use those. And then we're either going to need 2 or 3. Okay. It's on a 7.5 inch. Let me switch over to the 7. 2 or 3. Because you have 6 of these, I think. Yeah, we do. We have 6 of these. That's probably going to be enough for the clasp. I have a clasp in mind I want to use, guys. I have a toggle I've been hoarding that is a tiara cast toggle from way back in the day, and it has a very Egyptian feeling to it. It's gold. I'm going to go dig and find that because it is the winner for this. And then I'm just going to string it. There'll be a seed bead in between each one. That's going to spread out that length a lot. Ta-da! I got excited again. Oh my goodness. All right, so here it is. I didn't make you guys watch me do all the crimping, but I made a little dangle. That's just a wrapped loop there with the seed bead on top. This, I think these were called Bali toggles. I don't know. I had it in my stash. I've been waiting for that special moment to use it. This was the moment. And it is perfect. When I go big on bracelets, I like to do something with a toggle, right? Something a little chunkier. And so toggles are sort of perfect for those kinds. I feel like lobster claw on a design like this would kind of drown a little bit. So yeah, there we go. Let's put them together, our little stackers. There's that one. And you guys know this one is my favorite, right? Even though it's hard to pick a favorite. But this one, oh my gosh, that's just like my style. I really like it. So there's our stackers. Let me put it on the mat. It's a little clearer to see it. More pretty. There's 1, 2, and 3. 3 beautiful stackers. Let's get our earrings back. I'm going to put them. I put them here. Okay, here's my earring, number 1. And here's the pair. Look at that. That is super cute. So other than my findings, everything I used was the box. And I did not go over in quantity. So everything is 1 box, guys. Here's the necklace again. I hung it behind me and now it's tangled. Sorry. I got it hooked into my wire here. Sorry about that. And let's make a spot for him. Star of the show here. So gorgeous. gorgeous. Oh my gosh. So I need to get some glamour photos and then I will edit this video down a little bit and take out some of my bloopers. And then we will have our gorgeous set. Look at that. I hope you love it. Let me try on some jewelry. Hang on, I'm going to switch my camera. All right, so let me get that out of the way. Sorry, I'm not like glamored today. My hair's not done, but I'm about to be glamored with my earrings. Check this out. Okay, this is going to be so cute. And oh, nice. Okay, see the symmetry on these? They have it. They have where it's at with the symmetry. See, that's going to be cool. You could even drop them if you wanted to. Put a larger bead on an eye pin and drop them down a bit if you didn't want them to be that close to the side of your head. They'd swivel more if you did that. They might flip a little more as you're wearing them. So play with that and see what you think. But they have the center of gravity, right? Which is what I was fearing when I do two strands like that. I always get worried. But it really looked cool, so it's working. And then our necklace. Let's put our necklace on. Here it is. Just I want to hold it up close before I put it on so you guys can really see it. Isn't that cool? It's definitely a feature piece, right? It's something that you'd be wearing at like a party. Although honestly, I would wear it with white t-shirt and jeans. I would do it. Oh, cool. Yeah, see? Oh, I should have worn a white t-shirt because then you could really get the idea. White t-shirt, jeans. Perfect. Stackers. Let's get our stackers on. So there's our bracelets. Those came out really cool, didn't they? They're so nice. I really love this one. Okay, so let's try a matte view of the bracelets because I feel like you need to see them stacked. I'll switch again. That's cool. So I did make this one a little bigger because I just planned to wear it higher on the wrist. You know, even if you have a bar, you know, like a bar finding, you could even do where they would stay in order. But I think even with just their own clasps, they're still going to work out really, really cool. Just as they are, right? So yeah, there's all those. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you for the next one. Yeah, so thumbs up to that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you for the next one.